Good day, everyone. Today I will be presenting a nutritional assessment I conducted on a 20-year-old active female volunteer. This assessment looks at her dietary habits, supplement use, and overall nutrition with the aim of supporting her health and performance goals. When we look at my volunteer's profile, we can see that she's a 20-year-old active female who trains 4 times a week, with the intensity of those training sessions being an average of 8, meaning some of them are gym sessions and some of them are sports training sessions, which are sports specific. She follows a general omnivorous diet, and her goal is to improve her health and performance through food. From the digital survey, I observed that she occasionally skips some meals and consumes a high sugar diet with the snacks and drinks that she takes. Her protein intake is low and there's limited dietary diversity in her diet. She reported that her emotions do affect her eating habits, causing her to eat unhealthy foods and causing her to eat without thinking whether foods benefit her health or not. When we look at her 3-day food diary, we can see that on the first day she had a calorie intake of 1,638 calories. On the second day, we can see that she had a calorie intake of 1,160 calories. And on the last day, she recorded she had a calorie intake of 1,685 calories. And within this food diary, it is highlighted that breakfast and dinner are the meals that are consistent, but lunch is sometimes skipped. Snacks are frequent and high in sugar, and with her consuming beverages such as oras and coffee with sugar added a considerable calorie load to the daily amount of calorie intake. Her average calorie intake was around 1,494 calories, which left her at a 865 calorie deficit, which is below her estimated total daily energy expenditure amount. And as we can see, her diet included 48% of carbs, 17% of proteins, and 35% of fats. Based on our athlete's protein intake, we can see that based on her activity and weight, she should consume about 85 grams of protein daily. However, she's only averaging around 60 grams of protein, which leaves her at a 24.8 gram deficit, which could affect muscle repair and recovery. I've recommended that she increases her protein intake by eating more lean protein such as eggs, lean mince, lentils, green yogurt, and chicken breast, or uses a protein supplement with those lean proteins that I recommended. When it comes to supplements and ergogenic aids, my volunteer uses Rehydrate occasionally. The function for this is to help replenish electrolytes and fluids post-training, and there's potential for structured supplementation in her diet as she does not use a lot of supplements. When we look at her general diet, we can see that her portion sizes are inconsistent and there's large portions of sugary drinks and snacks. We can see that her protein intake is low. We can also see that her snack intake is nutritionally poor and there's poor quality snacking chosen. There's very little focus on fiber and a low variety in the protein sources that she does eat. I gave 5 recommendations, which were eating regularly to maintain energy, adding more protein to her daily meals, such as eating lean meats like mentioned before, to reduce sugar intake and drink more water or unsweetened beverages, to replace snacks with healthier alternatives such as nuts, fruits, boiled eggs, or hummus and vegetables instead of muffins and wine gums. Also adding more fruits and vegetables for vitamin and mineral intake, And lastly, to ensure that each meal includes a good amount of protein, carbs, and healthy fats, which provide a balance in macronutrients. In conclusion, the digital survey and food diary were essential in identifying where her nutrition could be improved. With small, consistent changes, she could definitely improve her energy, performance, and overall health. All my data used in the presentation were supported by current research in sport nutrition and reliable food databases. Thank you.